Oh, we've got something in every single price budget. We got a really killer, what I like to call sort of a 3 king bracelet. It's actually got tanzanite in there instead of the blue sapphires, but it is stellar. All of these are going to be wildly affordable. Now, you might have noticed we're right in the middle, smack dab, and I just came from the TV side of things where we're doing clearance. Now, there's a couple things that are cool about clearance. You get items at really incredibly low prices and this and that. But one of the things that's sort of one of the drawbacks is just you don't have the opportunity to return something. So you're sort of locked in. Now, that's not going to be the case here today. So you have that going for you. So you're going to have that 30-day inspection period opportunity. We're going to bring you some of the finest earth mined emeralds the world has ever seen. We're probably going to have more here today in this display than what you will see in I'd say probably 99% of your jewelry stores in the world, or at least in the United States. I don't want to say the world, but are not going to have the amount of inventory that we're going to bring you slam packed into just this and it's going to feel like it's going to go by like that in this very short 2-hour window. Okay. So my name is Chris. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't even mention. My name is Chris. I used to do a lot of these live streams. I haven't been able to do one in a while, so I'm super pumped up to be able to be back with you. I hope you guys will watch every single bit of this show. I want to encourage you to call your friends, let them know on your various social media platforms and whatnot. Now, has anything changed in terms of how you go about procuring an item? In other words, if you see something that you love, and Elias?
Yes, they'll come in shop 1 or shop 2, and then we have our live 25 promo code, and then we do have our personal shopper number available as well.
Okay, so basically, nothing has to. It's like that for everybody. So then on all the various social media platforms, you're going to have the first item, for example, which will be shop 1. Oh, we're going to start with that bracelet. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yes, left to right.
Speak of the devil. So this will be shop 1. The next item, presumably shop 2, unless I specify otherwise. So it's going to be pretty simple stuff. If you love it, you are going to love this, or you'll love something that you'll eventually see. The price, ooh, what's not to love here? Okay, so what are we talking about here? So not the in terms of the TikTok. We don't do the.
Yes, we are doing TikTok still.
So TikTok, but they will send you basically the link with the 7-digit code, correct?
Yes, I will send them a SKU.
Okay, fantastic. So that's going to be the only outlier. Otherwise, everybody, if you love this, for example, it will be shop 1. You put that in the comment section right down below. It's going to redirect you to the website where you can then go. But I also want you to remember, though, is the 25% off that you see behind me. So you're going to use that code LIVE25. So not only are you going to get it for a very lowered price, lower than what we typically do it for, I think typically usually on television too, even that side of things. So you're basically going to get the clearance price. You're just going to have the opportunity to return it. You're not going to want to return it though. Okay, so this is fantastic. Take a look at this. This is going to be about 8 karat 25, depending on which length you get. All right. What are we looking at here? Well, you're looking at 3 very, very rare gemstones. You've got emeralds. Those are earth mined emeralds. Very, very high quality. Probably going to be KGM mined, but they have that neon glow very much like you see in a lot of the very expensive Colombian emeralds. I don't care if you dig those up in your backyard. They're still fantastic, right? You've got excellent clarity. Remember, emeralds are a type 3 gemstone. You've got beautiful rubies, emerald cut rubies. I love the fact that all these are emerald cuts too. And then you're going to have what is going to be a stand-in for blue sapphire. However, tanzanite is much, much, much more rare, and many people would argue, I'm not going to say it's more beautiful than blue sapphire, because blue sapphires are amazing, but that's an extremely rare gemstone. Every single one of these is large enough to be in their own solitaire ring. Would it be a cocktail ring? No, but it would be a nice size solitaire ring if you were just to put a nice little halo around each one of those. Absolutely fantastic. Gentlemen, I want to encourage you to come in on this too, because look, an 8-inch bracelet, tennis bracelet, and guys are wearing them like, you see UFC fighters. I saw a UFC fighter wearing like a pearl necklace the other day. All right?
It's a trend now, man.
It is. It's a trend. I'm not mad at it. Look, that's a cool look. I would totally rock something like this. It's going to look, and ladies, this is going to look great on you. I'm just going to encourage, I'm always trying to look for an excuse to bring the dudes in. I'm like, hey guys, you have your ear spirits, go for it on the studs, But no, seriously, this is one absolutely, has the look of the 3 kings. However, you've got those extraordinarily very, very rare one-source gemstones there in the form of those very, very nice minimum double A on the tanzanites. So let's break this down. Oh, now how quickly are y'all getting to the price these days?
Oh,
Here you go.
We're going to get to it pretty quickly here.
Yeah, you can get it
Okay.
pretty quick.
Well, I think our price is it's almost too low. $36.99 I think is actually a very fair price. That's our suggested retail. Sometimes that can be high, sometimes it can be low. I think that's more than fair for the amount of genuine Earth Mine gemstones you're getting here. In other words, 8 karat 25 on this one in particular. This is the 8. Nope, this is the little bit less on this one, probably 7 karat.
Yes, you have the 7 1/4.
7 1/4 karat. Still, it's a plethora of carat weight. Now, that said, we are doing this for $649, not the $3,000 and what have you. $649 is our price, but guess what? You've also got, that's correct, the Live 25 code. So it's going to be Shop 1. We are extremely limited on this. If you want the size 8, ladies, if you need the larger size, gentlemen, I wear a size 8. I'm about 6'2", maybe 210. No, probably 215 now. Put on a little bit of weight. But just to give you an idea of scale. So the 8 is going to work fine for somebody like me. All right? But I got to say, there's only, I think, 5 of the 8 to go around. So not that many. All in all, we've got about 2 dozen completely available here. These are top gem quality. We've got 2 carats in the emeralds, 2 carats plus in the tanzanite, and then in the ruby, almost 2.5 carats. Now, it's going to be give or take a couple points. You've also, though, got these very, very nice. It's ever so subtle, but you might not have even noticed it, but you've got these little side baguettes of moissanite. Now, that's going to be the only gemstone that's not Earth Mine. It's a lab-created gemstone. Very expensive gemstone to lab create, by the way. It's what our buddy Steve Cardone, who wrote the moissanite book, pretty much the only book on moissanite. Steve Cardone, a former host here at Shop LC, a friend of mine for a number of years, wrote the book. He calls it the space diamond that fell to Earth. Why? Because you get so much fire, so much brilliance, so much scintillation and sparkle. It really rivals that and rainbow dispersion, which you don't always see. You only see in like the finest diamonds. But that's what you get with moissanite. It's about a 9 1/4 on the Mohs hardness scale. So in conjunction with your 9 on the Mohs hardness scale, the ruby, the 7.5 Mohs in terms of scratch resistance, in the tanzanite, and the 8 in the emerald, you've got something that's going to be very durable, very everyday wearable. And there's no doubt it's absolutely gorgeous. All in precious metal, bathed in beautiful and expensive rhodium. That's about 5,000 plus a troy ounce. One of the most expensive, actually might be the most expensive of all of your precious metals at the moment. So you got something that's going to give you the look of 18 karat gold in a delivery system that's going to make it wildly affordable. $649, but you just had it up there. I apologize. You get it after the code LIVE25. And I always kind of blow the 8 and take a little bit of sweet time on these first ones. I promise to go fast and we can get to everything. But you're going to get this.
Take your time. Take a breath.
I know. I've been doing clearance, so it's like you're like trying to get all the information out.
We've been waiting for you all day
I
in
know.
these emerald deals.
All right. So how about this? After the code LIVE25, you get this for $487. I did not stutter. Isn't that insane? $487.49 to be precise. You have a budget pay. What is budget pay? For those of you who aren't familiar with that, it's not a credit card. We're not trying to sell you any kind of credit card. It's 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. So basically, for under $100, you can get home this absolutely gorgeous emerald cuts galore, loaded down with a plethora of carat weight here, and you're going to get it all for less than $100. $97 gets this home. You have 30 days to make up your mind. You're not locked into the clearance thing. So you'll have 30 days to make up your mind. As soon as you get this home, you'll know right off the get-go that you're not going to want to send this back, that it's too much quality. These are beautifully mated in terms of the different various colors. You've got nice articulation on this. It is dream plunging insert with a double safety latch, going to keep all those genuine gemstones protected. And this is a dreamy. Guess what? We've got the matching pair of earrings. So that is shop 1. Very, very limited here, folks. But look at the quality of those stones. Tanzanite, one source gemstone. Emeralds, absolutely gorgeous. And those are hard to match and mate. And those are crystal clean, neon glow. They look like Colombian emeralds. I don't think they are, but for a type 3 gemstone, emeralds that clean, they almost look like the lab grown. Those are not lab grown emeralds. These are the real deal. Look at the quality on those emeralds. I can't overstate that enough. Wow. It's a beauty. 100%. You're a gemstone collector as soon as you get this bracelet. And guess what? The matching earrings. Here we go. This is going to be shop 2. Inside out hoops with various precious gemstones. Again, the same design. And those are going to be, virtually the same exact profile on each individual stone as well. How gorgeous are those? Those are going to be right at about an inch, give or take maybe a millimeter or so. So they're really like the Goldilocks size. What do you think? The new me, maybe?
Hey.
Call it the Jordan look.
Well, you know, I have something to say about, for guys, as long as it's an inch or less on a hoop. That's my criteria for dudes. So guys, come on in on this one. They're right at about an inch. But that would look good, I think. But no, definitely going to look good on you, ladies. And absolutely, if you grab the bracelet, don't be scared. Come on in, because these are going to be wildly affordable. No, we're not doing them for $499. That's what we've done these on television before. We have them at $399. However, remember, we got the code LIVE25, right? Yes. So that's going to take these down another $100. You get them for $299. These are loaded down with carat weight. Gosh, we have like 4 carat 50 total weight on these. That is a lot of carat weight of a lot of very in-demand gemstones that continually, year over year, go up in price. Even when they find new deposits of like emeralds and rubies. I was reading something recently. It's probably almost a year and a half ago now, but about how they're well, it's recently for me, time flies, but they were talking about how amazing it is that the price of rubies, emeralds, and sapphires, they continuously go up year over year over year. It's like, why? Well, we found new deposits in the KGM mine. Of course, that's not producing as much anymore. But even when they do find new deposits, why? Because these are world-renowned gemstones. Ditto that with the tanzanite. Tanzanite, I mean, gosh, we're talking one source gemstone there. We're talking about something that's literally going extinct before our very eyes, called the gemstone of a generation, for a reason. So this is going bye-bye. Anything you can get in tanzanite, hoard it. Become a hoarder and hoard tanzanite. You'll thank me later, because that gemstone is very much a gemstone of a generation. It is really going bye-bye. Folks, you're going to get these down to $299. So we're going to knock $100 off with that 25% off code. You have the budget pay opportunity on this at $59.99. So think about that. We just did the bracelet, right? And I'm holding these two together still because they are meant to be together. Why don't you give them a home together? Those are beautiful. Now, you can get both of these. If you utilize the budget pay, again, 0 credit check, 0 interest payments, you're going to get it for $160. 97 plus 97 and some change plus $60 for all intents and purposes, $59.99. So 60 plus, we'll just round up the 97 to 100 for $160. You're not going to pay anything on shipping because you're going to be over that $49.99 threshold. Is that correct? Excellent. So, for essentially, $160, you can get home. And then you're going to have very little, so it'll be $160. How many times will 30 go into 160? That's going to be about, $4 a day. My math is terrible. It's getting really bad. Okay, I'm not going to pontificate on that. I'm just going to say.
That's an avocado, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's true. Very true. Fantastic opportunity here, folks. Fantastic opportunity. Now, the earrings, I think we have a couple, actually, about the same amount on the earrings, too. So these are both very limited, about 2 dozen, maybe give or take a couple extra on those. But they are absolutely fantastic. Myriad of colors. Fantastic. So shop 2, shop 1. Oh, by the way, it's been a hot minute. Almost caught me slipping there for a second. Okay. So if you grab both of these, not only are you getting them for $160, you're actually going to take off another 10% after the code LIVE25. So it's ultimately, is that going to be for both of these together?
That's correct.
It would be $161.
Yes, budget pay.
Yeah, but it's $161. Okay, but that doesn't account for the extra 10%. Because I already did the math. It was $97, so it should be that minus 10%, I think, of that. So take off another $16 off the $161 because you get an additional 10% off of the sum. Does that make sense? Or I don't know. I feel like, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty terrible at math.
But regardless.
Free
shipping.
Free shipping.
30-day money back.
It's going to be no more than $161. Let's just say that. And it might even be that minus $16, give or take. But let's just call it $161. That's a giveaway price, folks. And we're talking about real earth mined gemstones. Also, Pat Thomas, you think I could rock those earrings, Pat Thomas? What do you think? Is that the new me? All right, let's rock and roll here. Yeah, nice real emeralds, real tanzanite, real rubies. You're absolutely right. I'd roll those. All right. Very cool. Awesome opportunity. That's shop 1 and shop 2. We're moving on, folks. That's an amazing, amazing value. And look, the beautiful thing about working here, before coming here, right, almost over 10 years ago now, gosh, closing on 15 years, I was at a different network, great network, good prices, not a bad thing to say about them, except to say that most of their items were in solid gold. Now, we're going to have some gold items to be sure tonight, but they're going to be wildly affordable. But the deal was I wasn't able to collect as much, right? By getting those in the 925, you're still getting something very valuable because, A, it's in precious metal, yeah? It's bathed in rhodiums and give you the look of 18 karat white gold. But you're able to get what are top gem quality gemstones. We don't scrimp on the quality of the gemstones. So I've been able to become a collector just working here. I've got like a lot of women's jewelry that I can't even wear, but I got it because I'm collecting it for those gemstones, all right? So think about that as we move forward. Now, these next earrings are amazing. You got a pair of studs with what look like some of the most, these look, are these synthetic? No. These are genuine AAA quality, but look, what you're looking at, folks, emeralds, right? Type 3 gemstone, one of the most heavily included gemstones in the world. It's supposed to be included. That's what's called a jade. Jade. And our wonderful sort of show specialist, or she's actually our, thank you, sir. We've got John in the house. I feel super special, and I've got a whole team.
A whole live streaming team behind you, Chris.
I know.
Good to go.
There's like 20 of them back there. But take a look at this. Now, the Jardin, and Chantel Marie, she's from Canada, but she taught me the proper French pronunciation. Did I get that right? Jardin? Jardin basically just means garden. It's the French word for garden. Now, you're expected to have a little bit of a jardin. Take a look here. This is probably the best way to illustrate that. So you do almost want to look, a couple inclusions. Otherwise, you might be looking at something that's like completely, lab created. Not that there's anything wrong. We sell a lot of lab created here. They're great value. But these intrinsically have a little bit more value in terms of the money that they're worth because earth mines is just typically going to be more expensive. Now, these are beautiful, matched, mated, calibrated, no easy feat to do with emeralds. I will say that. You got a full carat. These are all 2.5 millimeters, AAA quality. That's going to be on the higher end spectrum. We're at the 5 to 10 percentile of the rarest and deepest and richest saturation. In other words, top gem, world-class quality in terms of the color. Of course, the cutting's amazing. You've got rounds, which you rarely see in emeralds. All that, and we got them down at $109. So after the code Live 25, those actually would work for the guys. Studs all day long, yeah, for sure. Because it gives you the look of like almost 2 carats with the 5, or what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stones bunched together. Kind of gives you the look altogether of about 1.5 carats, 2 carats. Now, after the code Live 25, these are going to be less than $100. $82 to be and 49 cents to be precise. You have a $20 budget pay. You can get these for 20. How many of these do we have? Unbelievable. We've only got 10. That's the sad part. These will sell out, folks. Genuine earth mined from the K-Gem mine, which, by the way, that mine, I think that mine will be what the Ethiopian mine has become to opals. In other words, yes, Colombia and Australian opals, those are expensive, but they're pretty much a lot of the best stuff spoken for in those particular regions. But the K-Gem mine, when that's gone, folks, some of the most beautiful emeralds in the world from that particular mine. These are stunning, and the color's so deep and rich and dark. People used to pay a fortune for this type of material, and you quite frankly would at the retail level. Forget about it. We're getting them today for less than $100. In fact, $20.62 is going to get those home, and then you'll have about 66 cents a day for the remaining 3 months. You've only got 4 budget payments on that. So if you can afford about $20.62 today, and then 66 cents a day for the remaining 3 months, you are in business. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a good deal. That is a phenomenal deal. There's only 10 to go around, though. So if you don't hurry, you could miss that opportunity. You got a May birthday? Got a friend that has a May birthday. Put them away until next year. Or maybe you messed up and forgot your friend's birthday in May. This will make up for it. Beautiful. Amazing opportunity. Those are shop 3. There's only 10, so I'm pretty sure I've got a pretty strong level of confidence that those will all be bye-bye and gone, because $20 is just way too low for genuine earth mine emeralds. You can't even get lab-created emeralds, quite frankly, at the retail level, all things being equal, for that price. So do with that information what you will, but it is fantastic opportunity.
It's a Chick-fil-A meal right there.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. Oh, you know what? I should also mention, ladies and gentlemen, this is our personal shopper number. It's not the one that I give you on TV, okay? So I want everybody who's watching right now, regardless of whether you've seen something that you like yet, you eventually will see something that you like. And eventually there might be something, in case there's any hiccups online, or you just want to find out a little bit more information. Maybe I whizzed over something a little faster than you would have preferred. You want to ask them a couple questions, get a live human being on the line. This is the number. Let's save that in your phones right now. It is 888-835-2237. It's all right there. Save it in your phones. You'll thank me later. Because they're going to be able to, it's going to get a live human being on the other line. They're going to be able to answer any questions. If, like I said, if I just kind of zoomed over something a little bit too quick. Also, always feel free to pop in on the comment section and say hello, or check PG. So I say PG-13. No, just keep it PG. It's a family show.
Don't rock the boat.
Yeah, don't rock the boat too much. Hey, oh no. Just keep it kind of But yeah, if you have any questions, or if I go too fast or too slow on something, if time permits. I always want to respect and honor your dollar, so I'll try to be more than happy to try to, if time permits, to flash something in for you. Now, I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit, so I realize what we have for you here coming up in just a little bit. In terms of the higher end, you're talking about some of the creme de la creme items that I've never even seen before, and they are spectacular. But again, I think I'm going to invite the gents to come in. We got this in a size 10. I would totally rock this as a gents ring. We have channel set. I love channel setting. You know who doesn't love channel setting? Artisans, lapidaries. Because look, it's labor intense. All right, because you got to place each one of these in there meticulously. The cutting has to be just right. But when it's done properly, and this was definitely done, oh so right. This is going to be shot 4. When it's done properly, you get something truly spectacular. Now, you've got all these rounds, about 10 of those, all equaling about 10 points apiece. They're going to be beautifully matched, mated, calibrated, cut to precision so that they can slide meticulously in what is essentially just a panorama of green goodness. Look at that, how amazing that is. Isn't that killer? That's the reason why I say this works as a gents ring. You got low profile, pretty wide band. That's my criteria for a gents ring. So anytime, yeah. And a size 10, that would make a perfect pinky ring if we had the 10 in studio. But ladies, absolutely. Ladies, you want to get these and use them as ring guards, maybe stack them up, kind of get a little bigger, fuller look. But make no mistake, when you've got color like that, top gem quality color, a little bit goes a long way. And that green is stupendous. Absolutely amazing, folks. Again, nice rich forest green, which you rarely see you see it in emeralds, but only the most expensive emeralds, right? We're doing this for $109 is what we have it marked down to. For a full carat of emeralds. 10 points, those are not micro pave. Those are good sized emeralds, all beautifully channel set in a classic design. This will never go out of style. You can wear it every day. You can wear it with your high end, fancy, ball gowns. You're going to the Michelin rated restaurant. You can wear it with your bikini, your one piece, whatever it may be, on the beach. Although, I don't recommend sunbathing for extended periods of time with any gemstone because you could bleach out the color. You don't want to do that. But you know what? You get the point, right? Blue jeans, ballpark to boardroom, so to speak, to bedroom. Hey. Now, $82 is going to be your price after you use the code LIVE25. So not $109. That's a killer price. $82. Remember the code LIVE25. This is item shop 4. So it's going to be shop, not space, just shop 4. Correct?
Correct.
Excellent. All right. $20 is your budget pay. You realize for $20, you're getting home precious metal. This is good. This is in sterling silver, 925 sterling silver, bathed in very expensive rhodium. That's going to give you the look of platinum. Going to give you the look of basically 18 karat white gold. When you go to have your gold dipped for rhodium, probably we're doing this for less than the price of what it would cost you to probably have your ring, if you have a wedding band or something, re-dipped. So for the price of that rhodium dip, you're getting an entire ring, less than the price actually, I think. It's been a hot minute since I checked that, but I think it's around $100-something, just a dip, like a band ring in rhodium. This is very expensive. That is unbelievable. Those are gorgeous. These are limited, less than 2 dozen available to go around. Now, we've got them at the moment in all the various sizes. I got to assume that the 10, those kind of bookends, those are probably going to be the first to go. They typically are. Yeah, we've only got one in a size 5. So, yeah, if you need that, if our sweet petites out there, if you need the smaller, you need to grab that up, a S and a P. Now, the size 10, we only have 2 in. So, gentlemen, if you want to get this, if you can squeeze it in ring finger, I can fit my pinky finger, and this will make a cool pinky ring. I can fit that in a size 10. So $20. Can't beat it. Love it. Genuine Earth Mine Emeralds. We are going to move. Are we doing good on time, or am I going too fast, too slow? You guys
doing good. Doing great.
Awesome.
Doing great.
I like it.
You may want to tell people to like and share.
Now, I was always told that it doesn't like it when you say the like.
That's all right.
Okay, so, all right, well, good then. All right, well, yeah, if you would, pretty please, with sugar on top, folks. We don't do a lot of advertising here, but what we do is count on you to maybe spread the word. So something I didn't mention at the beginning, which I'd be remiss not to, is, if you would kindly just like, share on your various social media platforms. If you give us that on the, what have you, the TikTok, that would be very nice. As many of those, just keep them, just explode. Just as many as you can. It doesn't cost you anything, and it does go a long way towards spreading the word. We're able to keep these prices low. Now, keep in mind, the prices that we're giving you today are guaranteed to be at or below, and typically are, give or take maybe a few exceptions, in which case maybe $1 more or something like that. But they're going to be at or below the prices that I give you on television, the prices you can get online, even with a lot of discounts and whatnot, because we do have that 25% discount. That's about as big as it gets in the world of discounting here. So you're really getting, I think, probably the optimal way to shop. So if there's something that's speaking to you here today, and I should say also, typically, they're going to be last in stock opportunities, almost everything that you see here. So a lot of times we'll sell out of stuff before, or it'll be sold out when I start the presentation, in which case I always encourage you to call the personal shopper, because sometimes they may have access to some information. And of course, we gave you that number earlier, but here it is again. So please do like us, share us on your various social media platforms. Pretty please, that would be excellent. Thank you so much in advance. 888-835-2237. Now, gentlemen, we did not forget about you. Now, I've been trying to work you into a couple of these other rings, like that last one. Of course, I think we're good for the gents. This one, no doubt, is a solid opportunity for the gentlemen. God bless y'all. Y'all got me the right size. Nobody ever gives me that size 12 that I need. It's quite frustrating. But God bless you, John. And, of course, Elias, my old buddy here, old pal.
Look at that. Look at that. It's like a Super Bowl ring. Almost.
That really is. Look, I'm going to Disneyland. Disney World. It's bigger. I'm going to Disney World. How about that? You got a very handsome, nice blocked off look. You've got that tic-tac-toe design. Nothing but O's, and those are beautiful O's. About 1.40 total weight there in your emeralds. So you got 9 going to 1.40. So, I mean, you're talking well over 10 points a piece, probably closer to about 15 points a piece on each of those. That is amazing. So about half the size of your average engagement ring size diamond in each of those nice size, beautifully matched, mated, calibrated rounds. And those are premium, top gem quality round emerald cuts. Now, you've got 3 millimeters a piece. All right. Then we've got moissanite. So it's a nice, again, moissanite. Very expensive lab-created gemstone, gives you more fire, more brilliance, more sparkle, more scintillation, typically than that of your most expensive diamonds. So you're going to have the look of that VVS2, that colorless VVS2 with rainbow dispersion. A little bit goes a long way with these moissanites here, flanking the east and the west. Of course, a past, present, and future vibe. So ladies, if you want to get this for the gentleman in your life, maybe as an anniversary gift, maybe you're just kind of dating a dude, and it's like, your 6-month anniversary. That's kind of a big deal. This is not going to break the bank, because we're not charging you $2,000. Something like this at the retail level, $2,000 all day long. Guess what? Today, we've got it marked down to an incredibly low $279. On top of that, we have the Live 25 code. Yes. Okay, cool. So now that's going to get this down to $209. Now we're cooking with red hot flame gas, folks. Or would it be, what's the hottest flame? Is it blue flame?
Ooh.
Or white flame? White flame.
That's a nice level, man.
We're cooking with white hot flame. Whatever the hottest flame is, that's what you're cooking with here. You've got a finished undergallery. It's $209. $41. Let's just round that up. It's $41.99. So $42 gets this home. That's a little over $1 a day for the remaining 4 months. Folks, it's fantastic. You got that honeycomb undergallery, going to make it feel like butter. Going to keep it nice and comfortable on the finger. This is something you can wear every day. You can't hurt the moissanite. They're 9.25 on the most hardness scale. The emeralds, those are an 8 on the most hardness scale. In terms of scratch resistance, this is everyday wearability. Then you've got it bathed in that very expensive rhodium, all on top of 925 sterling silver. So we're talking hypoallergenic. Even for the dude that doesn't like to wear jewelry, he's going to love this ring because it does, as John said, looks like a Super Bowl ring. But it's got a low profile, and it does taper off, which I like that at the bottom. You always want it to do that because you don't want it super wide underneath. So if you're this is everyday wearability. The fact you have that blocked off top is going to keep it from kind of shifting around on your hand. This actually might be the 13, but I'm not mad at the 13 either. That's at least bigger than the 12. I love that. Now, so simple. What was it? $40 on budget pay? 42 bucks. All right. So if you have 42 bucks and you want genuine emeralds, precious metal, it's got a nice heft to it too. It feels very substantial. And of course, you're going to have your May birthstone. The guy has a May birthday. Maybe this is for dad. Maybe this is for son. Maybe son just graduated, or brother. Maybe just, who knows? Maybe just got out of the military. Maybe just retired. Whatever it may be. This is a solid look, very handsome look, and kind of a classic design. A little bit different, kind of tailored a little bit different with those beautiful 9 emeralds, but those are top gem quality. Take advantage of that, folks. This is really the only gents ring other than the one we had before this, which I think works as a gents ring. But that, folks, is a giveaway price. All right, 42 bucks, 209 if you want to get it outright. You're not paying anything on shipping. Get it while you can get that in your sizes, because in terms, oh my gosh, we've only got. Is this right? 7 of these?
No, we are actually 10 through 14 sizes, and we're looking at 12, exactly 12 labels.
Okay, so we have 12 total. Okay, sweet. All right, so 12, that's not a lot, especially as low as it is. But look, for $2,000 at the retail level, maybe give or take $400. But yeah, either way, I don't want to pay $1,600 for this or $2,400. I like $42. Budget pay, 0 check, credit check, 0 interest payments. This is going to be shop 5. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think shop 6. 1, 2.
And you got it. Shop 5.
Shop 5. Shop 5. I'm going to keep that on. This is solid. All right. So, shop 5. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get you set up with a very, very lovely infinity style ring. It's got infinity. That's sort of that's something we've seen sort of in more modern traditional stuff. But this, to me, has the feel of a classic. It's like an instant classic. Now, I'm going to put it on my hands. I've got big, ugly hands. I'm not a hand model. But I just want I want you to understand the scale, the size. And then I'm going to put it on the ring finger and spare you. But look, that's good size. And I've got huge hands, right? Like gorilla size hand. But that's going to give you a nice presence. Why? Well, because A, you've got the beautiful mounting. As I just mentioned, it's going to have that beautiful sort of infinity style design, which is sort of an instant classic. You've got the rounds past, present, and future style here, amplified by the moissanite. Again, that's going to give you the look of very, very expensive, probably VS or better and colorless diamonds. Almost the same hardness. So in terms of the most hardest scale we were just discussing. But look at the size of that center stone. That's a very, very nice size there. That's going to be closing in on half a carat just on your center stone. The reason why it looks so big, and it does look large, is because A, you get a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to emeralds, okay? That's number one. You get a lot of real estate. This is a 6x4. 6x4 in a diamond, we're having a 75-point conversation typically, right? At minimum, right? With the diamond, something more dense. But because an emerald, and you can cut it a little bit better, you have the jardins, and you still don't see a window there. It's still a fantastic top gem quality. The color's sensational, but it, to me, 6x4 millimeters, that's a lot of real estate. You get a lot of bang for your buck out of an oval too. But then it's amplified by this gorgeous halo. It's just gonna like a megaphone, just like, hey. So now we're cooking. And the fact you have the past, present, future, that would make this an excellent sort of anniversary style, or just any for somebody that you love. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be, for a child, a best friend, you have a history together and you become best friends and we're still best friends. And I also love the fact that in this past, present, future, well, the present is the largest. We always must remember to live in the moment. Very important in life, I think. But the past and the future are very important as well. So I love everything about it, and I really love the price too. We're doing it for $199. You can take 25% off of that, get this for $149.99 using that code LIFE25. Is it 24 hours or 48 hours?
48.
Okay, so I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I'm going to mention it now. You have 48 hours. And if you're watching this in a replay right now as I speak, it is the 24th. It is 8:43 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if it's 48 hours from 7:24, 8:43, you might be SOL. And chances are probably a lot of these will have been sold out by then. So I encourage you, if something is speaking to you right now, or maybe you want to give it a second to think about, I'd probably move sooner rather than later. Because $29.99, that's going to be your budget pay opportunity on this ring.
If you don't like it, 30 days.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you got 30 days to make up your mind. So it's not like you're locked into anything. You'll know as soon as you get it home, get it out of the box. The second you take a look at it, you'll probably know within the first 5 seconds. Either A, hey, that doesn't look like one that Chris showed me, or that's not everything he said it is and more. No big deal. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You can return it. I highly doubt that's going to happen because the quality there is unmistakable. Genuine emeralds are one of the most expensive. And this is anecdotal, and I'm not just saying this because I'm selling emeralds at the moment, but I sell literally thousands, probably in a week. That's an overstatement. I'd rather underpromise than overdeliver. What I will say is I probably sell, let's just say, dozens of rubies, emeralds, and sapphires in a week. Maybe not dozens in emeralds. Why? Because anecdotally, they're more expensive in terms of the precious gemstones. Emeralds tend to be a little bit higher than sapphires and rubies. Now, I know rubies hold the record in terms of carat per carat weight, bang for your most expensive on record. But emeralds tend to be more expensive. We have a harder time. Our buying team has a harder time getting emeralds in, and they seem to be a little bit more rare out there. That's just anecdotal. I don't know if there's any hard numbers behind that, but from somebody who literally sells dozens of all three of those precious gemstones a week, I can tell you right now, to be able to get these emeralds at this incredibly low price is quite the gift, okay? So let's take advantage of this one, folks. That's going to be Shop 6. We've only got 18 of them to go around, so they're extremely limited. I would encourage you, if you see your size, especially if it's one of the bookends, which is like to say the larger or the smaller, but move sooner rather than later if you need the larger or the smaller sizes. That would be my advice. But there's not that many of those to go around, and that is, again, absolutely. Yeah. It's going to be in 925, but you can get it for $30. Then pay $1 a day. What can you get for $1 a day? You can barely get a pack of gum for $1 a day now.
Now, real quick, we got a shout out from Roxy joining us on
Facebook. I love that Nevermind can afford that.
I love that no one can afford that. Is that what she's saying?
I love that Nevermind can afford that. Rephrase, Roxy, but I like. Okay.
You offer the budget pay as well too.
Yeah, we got the $30 budget pay, Roxy. That's going to make it super in affordable range. Look, this is in precious metal. What we're paying for basically is that center stone, those 2 rounds, and the precious metal. But $149. That's after you use the code LIFE25 though, and then the $29. Now that makes it wildly affordable for a lot of us out there. And look, I know you can't get every single item. I can't either. Look, I kind of want to a lot of times. But the opportunities here are absolutely stunning. Now, we're just about halfway through. I got to pick up the pace just a hair. That was Shop 6, right?
That is correct.
And we have a total of 18 or 20?
We're looking at 19.
19. Okay. All right, so we're doing okay.
You're doing all right.
I want to leave plenty of time for once we get to some of these higher ends, because I'm going to need to. They're going to need a little bit more showing, because if you're going to spend more money on something, you definitely want to have a little bit more time just to kind of view it and stuff like that. So I'm going to pick up the pace just a shimmer. But I got to tell you, folks, that speaking of high end, this is absolutely worthy of being. Make no mistake, of being in platinum, of being in 10 karat white gold or 18 karat white gold, whatever it may be, 14. It's just that it's a delivery system right now. If you've got that last one, here is going to be the companion piece. They are absolutely meant to be together. You don't have to get them together, But I got to assume they got the bundling on here. Yes, yes?
Let me confirm that. Yes, yes.
Awesome. So what are we doing on this one? Well, we've got the pendant. So basically it's going to be the exact deal that you just had, give or take maybe a point or so. I think that center stone's 45. I think it was 43 in that one. So that one's closing in on half a carat. So we do have a nice size center stone there, larger than your average engagement ring size diamond, right? You've got, let's see, 11 points in the... Oh, in the one. Okay, because we don't have two of them yet. So you have 11 points. That's over 10 points just in that round above it. Again, the infinity. So it's like I love you, past, present, future. This one doesn't quite have the past and the present. It's got the past and the present, maybe not the future, or the present and the future.
It's pretty close.
We'll let you decide. But you've got infinity, forever. So I think that handles the future. So let's call it past, present, and infinity. That covers the future. All right, now let's talk about the price, because I've already saying the prices. It's the exact same profile, give or take. And is this coming home with the 20-inch chain? I thought we were stopping. Yeah, we're kind of phasing that out, folks. So to be able to get that, it's quite the gift as well. I mean, that's a $70 chain, and any other place you go to, rhodium over sterling silver, 20 inches, coming ready to wear out of the box. And you're going to get it for $104 after all the dust settles. $104. You have a $20 budget pay. So this combined with the other, that's going to put us at about $51. So remember, it was about $30 for the ring on budget pay. So about $51, you can get the matching companion piece with genuine emeralds. Then you're going to get an additional 10% off of that. So, 51, that's going to be another probably $5 off that. So it's going to be about $46, somewhere thereabouts, give or take a couple dollars. $46 with budget pay. And then you're going to pay a little bit over $1 a day for the remaining 4 months. So this is going to be shop 7, shop 6, and don't forget the code extra 20. Is it live 25 or extra 25? Live 25, and don't forget to do the bundling. If you get one, might as well go ahead and grab the other, because that's going to get you an additional 10% off. Pretty sweet deal. All in precious metal. These are not. I should also re-mention that these are not going to be. This is not going to be the lab created. I have nothing against lab created. Lab createds are absolutely gorgeous, right? But in terms of value, these are the real deal earth mined on your emeralds. So, shop 6 on the ring, shop 7, both extremely limited. We shall move on. Only about a dozen of the pendant too. So if you love that pendant, get in quickly on that, and definitely bundle those if you can afford it. That's
personal shopper number if they need assistance.
This is the personal shopper number. All right, I gotta lose the jacket. It's too hot. Did he tell you?
It's all those new lights.
Oh yeah, it's all those new lights. Yeah, looking good though. Well done. All right, yeah.
They'll just warm you up.
Oh man, I forgot I spilled something on my shirt. That's okay. It's live. It adds character, don't you think? All right. Now, forget about this. Don't focus on that. Shouldn't be even mentioning it. Nobody would have said anything. Check this out. Ooh. You want to see something hot, though? These are hot. Ladies. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, how many of these do we have? This is a solid pair of in and out hoops, and they are spectacular. You're talking about right at an inch, maybe just a hair shy of an inch. So we're talking Goldilocks range here. In and out hoops, of course, instant classics. Never go wrong there. These will make a perfect gift. Beautifully matched, mated, calibrated, all cut to precision on those emerald cut emeralds. 4 carats worth. Holy smoke. Now, a little bit of that, just a hair of that, about probably 70 points is going to be in the moissanite, which I love. Nice little added touch. A little bit goes a long way. You've got the north-south set emeralds, right? So vertically set. And then you've got east to west set on the moissanite. Kind of breaks up the monotony a little bit. Just adding a lot of pop, a lot of flair, a lot of sizzle to those. But those are earth mined emeralds and about 3 carat 30. So that's a nice chunk there. Those are gorgeous. Not too big, not too small. Gosh, these are really strong. Yeah. And another thing, if you're doing emeralds to match and mate those, friends, that is not exactly simple stuff to do. It takes a lot of precision. It takes a lot because you got to match up the color. You got to try to match up, make sure they're the same type clarity, this and that. So eventually, you're talking just in terms of labor for something like this to get them this nice, quite impressive. Now, $299 is your price after the Live 25 code. That's unbelievable. You've got a $59.99 budget pay, so for less than $60, we can get these home. It's going to be $2 a day for the remaining 4 months. How many do we have? Well, that's a good question. Answer. Oh. So we've only got 9 of these. Yeah, sorry. So probably going to sell out. If we're on TV, if these get one TV showing, forget about it. They are gone. If there's any of them left, I'm going to ask for them on my show Friday. I doubt they'll give us a price this low, but I can tell you right now, for $59, friends, you can't look at these at a department store or any. If we're talking apples to apples, all the exact same things, all things being equal, I don't think you're able to look at these for less than $1,500 anywhere out in the retail. That is to say, the brick and the mortar traditional retailers. We are not traditional retailers. You have 30 days to make up your mind. I know we're in the middle of clearance, but I mentioned this earlier, and it bears repeating. Folks, you have the 30-day inspection period because we're on the live stream side of things here. So I know we're doing clearance on the other end. That's one of the sort of the drags about clearance is that, well, you get amazing prices, but you also don't have that 30-day inspection period. That is going to be still existing here for you. So if you love them, and there's nothing not to love, I mean, those are fire. Then
so dark and rich in color,
aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, look, that is a great point because look, this is probably a better way to show it. Look at this. Okay, so we do have inclusions, right? It's to be expected. We almost want inclusions to a certain degree. Just the right amount, but you've got excellent clarity on every one of these, and that color saturation, you're right. Now, we don't have a grading on these because we can't spend all the extra money because we're doing them for so inexpensively, right? But I can tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. I've sold, I'm going to say at a minimum, we're talking AAA quality. Now, let's just say it's just a simplified grading system. It's like single A through quad A, right? Quad A, you're talking about the top 1%. When you get to AAA, and this is no doubt, these are AAA, it's my personal opinion. So I probably shouldn't do that, but, I'll go out on this limb. It's a pretty thick limb. So you've got excellent color. The clarity, amazing. The size is quite impressive, too. I mean, if you stuck a little double halo around this, that would be a very pretty ring that would be on each one of these. I mean, they're not huge, but they're not itty teeny tiny either. So excellent opportunity. Love the in and out. And look, later on, with any of these high-quality emeralds, if you decide later on, hey, I want to take this exact same setup and I want to put them in platinum, because these are gemstones that are certainly worthy of being in either gold or platinum, whichever is, your jam. But make no mistake, those are top gem, world-class quality. All right, and we've got very few of these. There's only 9 of these remaining, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot stress that enough. Now, this next item, I have a kind of this next item. It's hot and bothering the color. I had these on one of my shows. Okay, I pointed out the fact that, well, somebody messed up, and I still believe that. And we sold out of them. So the fact that somebody's been hiding some from me makes me A, super thrilled, and B, a little bit annoyed. But because we sold out of these, because this is probably the best priced emerald that you will ever see that is not in platinum, not in white gold. And full disclosure, I got one myself. It just arrived, and I absolutely love it. The color saturation is deep and rich. It's got to be a minimum, in my personal opinion. Here, I'm going to go on that very thick limb again. It's got to be, at least in my personal opinion, that has got to be AAA because you're talking about deep, rich color. You've got amazing clarity. Remember, yes, you're going to see some jade, some garden, some mild inclusions. But for a type 3 gemstone, the most heavily included gemstone in the world, to have this kind of clarity, you pay a lot of money for that kind of clarity. Now, do we have a white ring finger? Because it's so dark, I don't want people to think I'm trying to make it darker but this has got deep, rich color. I mean, look, that's without the black back. So I just want to show it to you with a white back, just so you can see that we're not joking around about that color intensity. That is got to be, you can make an argument that this was meant, what I said at the time, because we had 150 of them. We crushed it that night. We sold out just about every one of them because we did it for the price that we're about to give you. Actually, hey, it was about $1. It was $3.39 after. You're getting it for $3.37. You're getting it even $2 lower than what I paid for it. So no big deal. I'd paid. This is like I'd have paid $1,000 for that, and I'd still be excited because that center stone, folks, 2 carat 50 altogether. Okay, I get so excited about this. I'm telling the story. It's like I'm reliving it.
It's like a man array.
It's a carat 68, man. That is and that's a minimum. The center stone, it looks like a 2 carat because remember, you get a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of real estate. That's an 8x6 emerald cut. When you get an emerald and an emerald cut, I mean, come on, that's the ideal. I love these moisanites on the side. I wouldn't change a thing about it. This is a classic. You saw past, present, future, but it's very Art Deco in terms of the symmetry, right? How they just sort of explode perfectly into this just solid green. It is dreamy. Mine just came. I'm pumped up about it. It's probably one of the best. This is saying a lot. I probably shouldn't do this. This is the best emerald deal I've seen in probably, since I've been here, absolutely. And it may be the best I've ever seen. About 15 years in this business. So literally thousands of emerald pieces, whether it be in earrings, This is probably the best emerald deal you will ever see in your lifetime. Because emeralds, this is 5,000 a carat minimum material, in my personal opinion. It's well over the carat and a half benchmark, right? Because we're well over carat. Carat 68, that's important here. We talk about benchmarks. So the fact that you can get this for $337 after using that code LIVE25 is such a gift. It's worthy of being in platinum. It's worthy of being in 18 karat yellow gold, 110%. This is, I think, a top gem, world class. And now I've seen 4 of them. No, I've seen 3 of them. Because I saw one the night that we sold out of them, supposedly. Maybe I don't know, maybe 20 people hit the fast buy button too many times. But then it still says sold out on the website until recently. So I don't know where these came from, but I'm super excited at the opportunity that you're going to have. It's probably going to be the last time you'll ever see this ring. I think these were meant to be in platinum. They were probably going to Ileana, I know we're sort of phasing that out because of the gold, but they were probably meant to go to either Ileana or a Rhapsody. And then somebody probably messed up and put them in the delivery system, which is sterling silver. That's still a precious metal. Rhodium is still a precious metal. In fact, it's a noble metal. And what that's going to do is that's going to keep that. It's going to make it look A, like platinum, and B, or 18 karat white gold, whatever you're fancy. But basically, that's what the look you're going to get. And it's going to keep that silver from oxidizing as quickly by having that layer of very expensive rhodium. Because remember, it doesn't tarnish as easily as, say, silver. So as long as you're not fidgeting with it, as long as you're not swimming in the swimming pool or ocean, you don't want to do that with fine gemstones, especially not with the oiling that you have to do with emeralds. That's a common treatment. Most emeralds will be oiled. So that's if anything, it adds value. That said, this probably best deal you're ever going to see on an emerald. That is high quality. I vouch for it 110%. This one you will not regret. And later on down the road, again, you want to put it in 18 karat or 10 karat just to make it more everyday wearable, or platinum. And I would do that sooner rather than later. Then you can call our personal shoppers. In fact, can we put that personal shopper number up? I wouldn't be mad at you, and I'm considering doing it as well. I'm thinking about putting it maybe in 14 karat gold because I want something that I can do everyday wearable. But I'm going to take that stone out, put it in a gent's ring, probably take those moissanite out and put it on a side. So, gentlemen, I'm just spitballing here, but you can set that emerald right there in the kind of center, or you could do it east-west kind of, and then take those. I'm going to compression set those probably on the side and do it in platinum. If I kind of want some yellow gold, I might do yellow gold prongs, like 10 karat yellow gold prongs.
Yellow gold's the way to go, man.
Anyway, but I digress. So call this number. They can get you set up with, if guys or even ladies, if you just want to do that exact same mounting, that is a beautiful classic. That's so elegant with those trillion cuts on either side. Those are massive moissanites too on either side. Think about it. You got 2 carat 60 and some change. So, I mean, you're talking about almost, 45 points just in those moissanites. So those are not inexpensive moissanites. Those take some time. But if you want to do it in platinum, this exact same look, it would look exactly like it does now. I wouldn't be mad at you. But that, folks, that emerald, top gem, world class. This is Shop 7. We've got 20 of these. I'm so tempted to get another one. I already own it, full disclosure. And trying to sell it out because I kind of, part of me wants to grab a couple myself, but because I know it's such a good deal. But that stone, that's a big stone. All right, so I'm going to move on. I know I spent a lot of time on it, but that to me, oh baby, that's better than stones I've seen in platinum. That's better than stones I've seen in 18 karat gold. Totally amazing deal. That's a fantastic deal, guys out there. If you're watching, you want to get a solid, karat 68 top 10 world class emerald. Yeah. Anyway, all right. I digress. Now that was shop. Is that 7?
That is shop 10.
That was shop 10.
Shop 9, sorry.
Shop 9. Okay. We're at about the halfway mark. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for being here, kind of reboot just a little bit. My name is Chris. I'm a host here at Shop LC. Been a while since I've been away from this format for a while, so I missed it a lot. Missed all you guys. Feel free. This is a little bit more interactive. I'm terrible about checking the emails when I'm on the TV side of things. But here I have my buddies over here, our production team, who does a fantastic job. Newly acquired John, who's turned this into a real amazing set. Of course, the always amazing Elias up back on the background there. If there's something he can't answer or they can't answer, they'll send it over to me. If you just have a question, comment, want to say hello, we love hearing from you guys. Need me to flash something in, I'm always willing to do that, time permitting. Now, how do you go about getting an item once you've seen something that you're kind of blown away by, or maybe you just want to find out a little bit more information about it? Maybe you came in to the presentation a little bit later. Well, you would go to, for example, what we just did was shop 10, or did we decide that was shop 9?
Shop 9 on the last auction, and then this current auction.
Okay, so the last auction, that what I think is probably the best emerald deal of all time, that was shop 9. You put that in the comments section. Click on that, and then either, if you're TikTok, we'll give you back a 7-digit code. You can go to shoplc.com and just put that in just copy and paste that 7-digit code in the search little bar, and that'll pull it up. Or anybody else on any of the other various social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or I think YouTube, we've recently gotten on board with. You just click on that in the comment section, and it'll redirect you to the website where you'll see all that information. Just remember to do that code Live25. We also give you the personal shopper line, which is exclusive to the live stream here. It's not the one I give you on TV, so let's save this number in your phone as well, should all else fail. Occasionally, you guys may see something, especially if you're watching this at a later time, you'll notice that some items may be sold out. If you call this number, I'm not making any promises, but if you do call that number, chances are, there's a likelihood, I'm not sure what that likelihood is, but they might check in the system. They have access to information. If somebody's returned something, it may not be online yet, but they might have, they'll see it in the system and say, hey, actually we do have maybe a size 6 or whatever coming back. Do you want that one? Something like that. So all hope may not be lost if in case you see something that we've shown you today that does say sold out online. You always want to double check with them. So save that number in your phone. All right. I think that's about it in terms of the house cleaning. Is there anything else you guys would like me to mention? Are we doing this as at 8 o'clock? Is that going to be like a new time, or is this just?
We're testing it.
Okay, so we're sort of testing it. So you're going to. Okay, I'm the guinea pig. I like it. All right, so make sure you tell all your friends. We want to have a huge showing. Make sure you like us, share us on your various social media platforms too, because I don't want to. Don't embarrass me. Don't, I'm just kidding. No, but please, no, it goes a long way. We definitely want you to spread the word here. And that way, the more people we have coming in, the more we're able to get these items, the more we're able to keep them at the lower price. And believe me, you're getting the lowest price. More than likely, I'd say in all likelihood, this is probably the ideal way to shop if you can. If you have the time to watch these, they sort of live in perpetuity. But be mindful that we've only got a window, a very rapidly closing window of about 48 hours from when these shows air. And in case right now we're live, although you can go to shoplc.com, you can always rewatch it if there was something you wanted to take another look at. You want to kind of look at it, pause it and whatnot. But keep in mind, time is not your friend. 48 hours, and then most of these prices will bump back up if they're not already sold out. Okay? That's good enough with the house cleaning. I think I'm satisfied with that. We're going to move on to a very beautiful tennis bracelet. Okay. Wait, this is another one. Okay, so this is another one. There should absolutely, no doubt, be, this should absolutely be gone. This should be sold out. I cannot believe the price that we are doing on this. What you're looking at is going to be in 10 karat gold. It's a very expensive blank, or in other words, the mounting. It's a tennis bracelet These are large size. You're talking 24 of these. So 9 carat, 60. So we're about 40 points a piece, give or take. I don't know. I'm not good at math, but what I will say is this is going to be from our Lug Silver collection. So you're getting a solid gold bracelet. I like the fact that it's not 18 karat. It's 14 karat. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, it's going to be over 50% solid gold, but 18, I feel like it limits you, right? Because gold's not quite as strong when it's 18 karat because it's going to be a little bit more pure. 14 karat, 10 karat in the case of this one, I think is probably the ideal in terms of everyday wearability. So it's going to have a little bit more alloys in the middle. We're talking about 40+% solid gold. And gold, I'm sure many of you know, is not inexpensive. Now, here's the problem here and why I'm not going to spend an inordinate amount of time on this bracelet. We've got 2 of them. These will sell out. Will you get one of them is the question. You've got top gem quality on every single one of these, beautifully matched, mated, calibrated, all cut to precision to look exactly like one another, and they do. They're all large enough to be in their own solitaire ring. In fact, just to give you as an example, they're about the size of the center stone that you're seeing right there. Remember, that was about a 42 pointer. So you're getting about that size center stone, only you're getting a plethora of them. Now, instead of $12,000, we are marking this down to a ridiculously low $19.99. However, remember we got that code Live25, yes? Yes.
Yeah.
We love that. So that's going to knock off another $500. You're getting this for $14.99, ladies and gentlemen. $14.99. The catch is there's only 2. There's only 2. It's solid gold. This is a killer price just for if we're just talking about a past, present, and future ring. Not a killer price. It'd be a decent price. How about that? If we were just talking about a past, present, future with 3 of those stones and a little bit of extra gold, no big deal. That would be a great price at $14.99. The fact that you're getting a bracelet with 20+ stones, all excellent color, excellent clarity, excellent care weight, excellent cuts. CCC. So you got all 4 C's here. That's wild, gentlemen. If you can squeeze into this, I think it's only a 6 1/4. That's going to be the only, or 6 1/2. Excuse me. Could you get some kind of extender? Yeah, I mean, you could probably go out there and find a jeweler to sort of match maybe an emerald. It's going to cost you a little bit if you want to, or you could do a little extension type deal. Some jeweler, you talk to your jeweler about that. Get this though, because there's only 2 of them. Folks, you have a $299 budget pay opportunity on this. You can get this on. These are not lab created. This is in 10 karat gold. It's a classic tennis style bracelet. It will never go out of style. It will always be in vogue. And if the past is any indicator, they'll continue to go up year over year over year. I think they've gone up year over year, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2 years. In the last 50 years, emeralds have continued to gain popularity, not only popularity, but I think they've gained, and don't quote me on this 100% because I think there's a year or 2 somewhere in there where they maybe just dip down a little bit. But for the most part, the price, according to some of the data that I'd seen recently, they go up year over year. So it's a good place to park your dollars, where it's not a good place, in the dollar, sadly to say. But we spend a lot. What are you going to do? And that is fantastic. Again, there's only 2 of them, so I'm going to move quickly because no doubt these are going to sell out. It's just going to be a question of whether you're going to get yours. 6 1/2 is all we have. Be mindful of that, but that is 10 karat gold. Just for the gold alone, you scored. For those emeralds, yes, 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 and more yes. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing to get that for anything less than $7,000 or $8,000. And those are top gem quality emeralds too. All right.
How far is gold level?
So that was the bracelet was shop 13 or 12.
The bracelet was shop 10.
Oh, okay, shop 10. Wow, I was way off. Now, all right, we are getting into the luxoro, so luxury. What are we talking about there? Well, we're talking about in gold. Now, full disclosure, I gotta say, I love a green gemstone with gold. I think yellow and green, obviously, those are very, very complementary colors. It makes the green pop. It sets it off. Gold obviously is at an all-time high. I think it's around 36 the other day. And the day before that, I was like 33.60. So I mean, it is zigs and zags. It's still on the way up for the most part. 33.70 is where we're at the moment. Okay, it's kind of rested for a hot minute, which is good because it was like on a rocket ship to the moon. It's not going down. It's just kind of plateauing before it's a calm before the next storm, no doubt. So take advantage of these gold pieces because basically what you're getting them at today is a price. Most of these deals are negotiated 6 months, if not a year in advance, maybe even longer in the case of some of them, right? So what we're bringing you now is we're giving you our old gold price from whenever we negotiated these deals, which could have been as much as a year, maybe even further back, right, in time, but also the gold price that we paid when we first had these made. And gold has most assuredly gone up and probably will continue to go up. Most experts put it about 4,000 by the end of the year. That's not a stretch. I think it's gotten close to even breaching that 4,000 just on a random day. It's sort of zigged and zagged. But no doubt it will eventually be at 4,000. And in other words, we're not going to be able to make these as inexpensively. Yes, we do a lot of that stuff in-house because our parent company is one of the largest manufacturers of jewelry in the world. So we have a good, rich track record. You're able to get these items at incredibly low prices, but we can't wave a magic wand and get the price of gold to go down. Nobody can that I know of. Now, that said, 14 karat gold is the new 18 karat. When I was a kid, growing up in the 80s and 90s, 18 karat was the luxury. What happened? Well, the price of gold steadily went up over the course of 40 years, hundreds of times over, right? Hundreds, did I say that right? It went up a ton, okay? So, thus you see more 14 karat is kind of the new 18 karat. Plus you get a little more durability. So this is ideal, I think, in luxury. So you put very, very nice gemstones. I was talking about doing mine in 14 karat. That was kind of where my head was at in terms of my gents ring with that emerald. But this is going to be a AAA quality emerald. That's another very noteworthy thing. When we talk about AAA, you're talking top gem quality here. All right, going to be in your top 5 to 10 percentile in terms of that color saturation. Take a look at that. Deep, rich. You want the darker color. You want the nice saturation. You want the clarity. You've got all that. And when you have a quality gemstone like this, you're only going to let a master lapidary anywhere near it because you know how valuable this material is. And it's extremely valuable. It's one of the most valuable gemstones in the world. Continues to be. That's going to be a carat 22 minimum. So you're probably going to have, at a bare minimum, a carat 22. Yours could be a carat 30. It could be a carat 25. It could be a carat 40. It's not going to quite be a carat 50, probably. But it's going to be, I suspect, well over a carat and a quarter. That's why we put under promise, put a carat 22. But that is well over the benchmark of 1 carat. Something happens magically when you get to that 1 carat plus, or if you're at 99, that's counted as 1 carat. But it exponentially, you get more and more expensive when you hit those benchmarks. All right, so we're well at that benchmark in what should be easily 5,000 carat material at a bare minimum. And then you're going to have 28 points in your top quality diamonds. Blinding white, going to be near colorless on average there. We're doing the ring not for $10,000. We've got it down to $18.99. You're going to use that code, LIVE25, and you're going to get this for $1424.99. So for $1,424.99. I can tell you right now, this is a mounting, ladies and gentlemen, with the diamonds and everything, that 10 years ago, okay, 10 years ago at a network that I worked at, had very good prices, we would have sold that mounting for probably $999 and sold a lot of them. We actually did sell mountings. Very similar to this because this is a classic, never going to go out of style, buckle style mounting. So we would sell this exact same mounting in 14 karat and we'd sell it for $999. Well, Chris, you just said this is $1424. Yes, I did. Because I think something's happened to gold maybe in the last 10 years, but there's no way this mounting we would even sell now, probably for less than $2,000, I suspect, at that same network. I don't know, I don't work there anymore. But I can tell you that was over 10 years ago, $999. So by that metric, let's just go based on that. And I'm probably making your brain hurt a little bit with this like very nonlinear logic. But folks, let's say $424 essentially for that gemstone, well over a carat, top gem, AAA quality. It's not done. I think the mounting is worth the price of admission here. You also have a $284 budget pay opportunity on this one. So for $284, you get this home. You'll pay less than $10 a day for the remaining 4 months. If you can afford $9.89 a day for the remaining 4 months, you're in business. You just have to give up a hamburger and french fries. You may not even be able to get a hamburger and french fries for that price. Definitely, I don't think you can get a Chick-fil-A menu for $9.99. But you can get this. $284 gets it home. If you're not in love with it, if it's not everything I say it is and more, you can send it back. But if this is your jam, you love an oval which one is not to love? You love top gem quality. You like a buckle style mounting that will never go out of style. A little bit of a bypass going on because you do have a little bit of that, almost that infinity style twist going on down either shank side of the shank there. But nice basket style too. That is lovely. Now, that's going to be shop 11, correct?
That is correct.
Shop 11, we have 11 of them. How about that?
11 on
What are the odds? Probably less now, but we had 11 when we started the show. We also, it's going to come with a third-party independent AGI. So it's going to come with an appraisal. That's about another $200-300 value. They have it at $4,900. I think that's a more than fair price. That's probably a little bit on the conservative side, but that's one of the reasons why we like to use this company. They're not affiliated with us, but we utilize them a lot because they usually come in a little bit conservatively. But still, you're only paying $1,424, and they've got it at $4,900, so basically $5,000, and you get it for a fraction of that. Amazing. It's also going to come with our Luxuro card, come in a nice, pretty box, and you got a little slice of heaven here. All right, so let's take advantage of that one. There's only 11, or there were 11 to go around. Next up, we've got, now that was shop 11, shop 12. I'm thinking we're going to do the matching earrings, yes?
That is correct.
All right. Now, got a pair of earrings. I don't know if they're necessarily meant to go. Is there going to be a bundling? But they look like they're cut from the same rough. Would not be surprised if there was a bundling opportunity. But they're going to look fantastic, I think. These are going to be some like little huggy hoops. But you got the nice dangles, really nice articulation there. You see that ring still behind me. Don't those look beautiful together?
Bundle deal is available.
Okay, so they are meant to go. Oh, sweet. Okay, I love that. I like it a lot because these are beautiful. Oh, my gosh. You've got like a neon glow with these. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm not going to be mad if you keep that ring up in the background because that actually it kind of shows how great they look together.
Lower a little bit, Chris.
Right there.
A little lower.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay. Loving that very much. Now, we're talking altogether about 2 carats. So it's going to be a little bit, just ever so slightly smaller on the profile there, right? But not much. I mean, you're talking on each of these stones, 7x5s. I mean, we're talking about a diamond. That's going to be a full carat. So it's about a carat 62, right? So carat 62, that's going to be about 80 points a piece. So we are nice, large sizes on those. And I'm going to get that ring and kind of hold them. I'm going to just hold them together this way. Because this is the bundle, folks. I want you to try, if you can afford it, I want you to try to get both of those. Is that going to kind of feature everything? Or if you have a question, want to order? Oh, there we go. I'm going to wiggle it to the side. Oh, man. Yeah, they must find a home together. You got to get the matching earrings here. So about 80 points a piece. Then you got a halo of diamonds going to amplify. You have nice articulation there as well. Again, top gem quality on those. I suspect those would also be the AAA. Friends, we've got these marked down. After you use the code LIVE25, we're going to get these down to $1,424. So it's going to be about $284. So roughly the same price that we did on the ring, a little bit more on terms of the total carat weight and whatnot. And again, they make such sweet music together, do they not? Yes, they do. Now, if you were to get these, of course, you're going to use the code LIVE25. But in addition to that, if you grab them both, because we do want to encourage that, you're going to get an additional 10% off of even further. So I think it would come out to just under $300 on the budget pay. So $284 plus about $287. Let's just round that up to $290 plus $290. So basically for less than $300, and then you're going to get another 10% off of that. Less than $600. So this would be another probably $60 off of that. It's about $530, something like that, give or take. And you can grab these on budget pay, about $530. So it'd be about less than $20 a day for the remaining 4 months. And you can't hurt emeralds. It's an 8 on the most hardness scale, and those diamonds are 10. So, but there is bad news. I must report. We have very few of the earrings as well. About the same amount of earrings to go with the same ring. So we're at about just under a dozen, maybe a little bit over a dozen on the earrings. So I think 807 maybe is going to be your total, something thereabouts. So maybe I was off a little bit. That don't stir the Kool-Aid though, because 284 plus 284 is it's less than 600. What am I missing?
That is the budget pay.
Oh, for the budget pay.
Yeah.
I got you. 807 is what the discount is. Okay, so you can get both of these. I see what you did there. I apologize. Yeah, 598 is going to be your price after you do the bundling and get both of these. So quite amazing opportunity right there for you. Definitely grab those. Now it's going to be shop 12 and shop 11 on the ring, correct?
That is correct.
Excellent. Very, very limited. Very, very limited. Not as limited as the bracelet, which I think, by the way, that bracelet would look, I think that would really tie them all together. Yeah. If you're one of the two people who got that bracelet, I want you to really strongly consider getting that ring and the matching earrings, because those would look dreamy together.
Shout out, we have Pat Thomas joining us.
Hey, Pat Thomas, how are you?
Great set. And then commenting, my daughter would love all three.
I bet she would. Consider, look, I understand with a lot of these, especially when we get into the luxury area and the Luxuro in 14 and 10 karat gold, it's going to be a little bit more on the expensive side. Maybe consider purchase, but that's why we have the budget pay available to you guys at all times, pretty much, especially on any higher end item. It's just going to allow you to sort of take it in bite size, and there's no credit check or anything like that. It's not going to be, it's trying to sell you a credit card or a Visa or Amex or anything like that. It's available to everybody, and it also makes it, a little bit more bite size. Plus, you're not having to pay any interest. So that's kind of, it's like what if you had a mortgage where you didn't have to pay any interest on it? Pretty sweet. Well, that's kind of the deal that we give you here. As long as you have a major credit card or debit card with a Visa, Amex, or Discover, I think you're in business. So I'd like also take this time to encourage you guys to join the Shop LC family. I know we don't typically do that on here, and I probably shouldn't be wasting the time here because we're very short on it, actually. Yikes. But I would encourage you guys, if you haven't gotten registered, you're going to have to do that anyway. You can either call a personal shopper, that number that we give you, which is 877
888-835.
Oh, 888. Oh, excuse me. That's the TV one. 888-835-2237. They can get you registered super quick. That's going to get a live human being on the other line, and they're exclusive. That's not the number I give you on TV. That's the one I tried to give you a second ago, but that is exclusive to the live stream. So that's the one you definitely want to call and have saved in your phone. Just save it as live stream. If you have the other one, just save that one as TV, and Shop LC live stream is this one.
They can take a screenshot of this.
Take a screenshot of it. Why don't you? I'll stand back for 2 seconds.
No, they're going to want you in it.
Oh. No, my big head is going to cover up the numbers.
I'm kidding.
All right, friends, check this out. Now, again, we've got the Zambian emeralds. Some of the finest emeralds in the world are coming from that KGM mine. You've got a carat 16. Once again, well over that benchmark. I'm not going to rehash that. This is going to be shop 13. If you like the last ring, I think you're probably going to like this ring. And do let me know if you're considering any of these and you want me to kind of show them side by side, especially like for these two where they're kind of in a similar sort of, you're talking oval. So it's really just a matter of preferences. They're both beautiful in their own right. They're both well over a carat, so we're at the benchmark, right? Top gem quality. This is going to be AAA as well. I concur with that. But all in all, a little bit less on the diamonds. This one, though, you've got nice little accents on either side. And the thing I like about this one is kind of a vintage feel. And what I mean by that, probably the best way to show you is right here. So you have this sort of decent size, little rounds right there. They're not micro pave. Those are nice. And then you've got them going down each shoulder. But I like this sort of mill grain work, too. Very, very detailed when we're talking about that. Kind of gives it a classic feel, but it also makes it look more expensive, quite frankly. It's just a little bit going that little bit of extra mile, kind of giving it a little bit of extra detail. You got a nice basket-style mounting there. My eyesight's pretty terrible. It looks like a little fleur-de-lis almost at the north and south in the basket, if I'm not mistaken. I may be. Fleur-de-lis-ish. Maybe not. Maybe more like a triangle. But either way, nice and ornate filigree work at the north and south. I like that because that's going to open up for a little bit more light to come in and go underneath that stone. So it's going to give it a little bit of under lighting too. It's just going to make it come alive. So that is fantastic. These are limited, much like everything that we've shown you here tonight. These we've only got 7 remaining on. Now I think if you got the pair of earrings and you like this a little bit better than the other, we're doing this one for $11.99. After you use the code LIVE25, it'll be $11.99. We've got a $239 budget pay. So it's going to be a little less expensive than the last one. Of course, you don't have the halo surrounding it, which does tend to make it look a little bit larger on the center stone. But it's really just a matter of preference. If you like the more solitaire look, even though this one does have diamonds, going down either side, but you want your focus to mostly be on that emerald, well, this is going to be your jam. Now, if you got the earrings and you want to try to get a little bit of maybe a 10%, you can always call the personal shopper, see if they'll work with you on that. I would encourage you to do that, especially if you got one other item. Just see, like, it couldn't hurt to ask. Can't make any promises on their behalf. But what I will say is also, because of the nature, and this is something I didn't mention on the previous, the reason why you're going to see all the sizes available to you is because we will do sizing up or down. Is that correct with any Luxuro piece? Yeah. Okay, so now we used to only do that, I think, with the platinum pieces and the 18 karat Ileana, but now we're doing that in our 14, I think some of our 10 karat as well. So sizing should not be the issue here. I think we'll go up or down by 2. But that's a beautiful opportunity. And again, that one's going to be close to $1,000 just outright. I mean, $1,199. So $1,200 for all intents and purposes. You do have that $239 budget pay, and you do have a top gem world-class quality on that center stone. But again, very few of these. I think we had 11 in the other. We've only got 7 in these. So I'm going to move on. Just so we can, I think we're running, well, we're doing okay.
We're doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing okay. I just don't want to I hated the end when I have to speed. I like to get to everything because there's a lot to get to still. Yeah. Now, that last one I should mention as well is going to come with your, with this. I should be remiss not to show you that. That, of course, will be coming along to the right. They put it at $4,000. That's about spot on. I mean, look, $4,000 easily. That's conservative, but I think it's probably about very slightly included. Yeah, I mean, the clarity, very slightly included. It's not the VS that we talk about with diamonds. I mean, obviously, you're going to see a little bit more inclusive, but that's like an A+ when it comes to emeralds. Very much so. 3A, excellent. So, yeah, you're getting a solid B+ to an A on that entire setup. That is amazing. All right, very, very nice. And the fact you're getting it for closer to a quarter of the price is quite impressive as well. All right, so the next item, I'm liking this design. I'm liking sort of a compass style design. I feel like you're getting the points at the north, south, east, and west. That makes this a very strong look in my opinion. I love the diamonds. Again, carat 23, so we are at that benchmark size. That's important, folks. When we get over that hump of 99 points plus, and we're well over it with a carat, closer to a carat and a quarter here on this one, you're going to get minimum a carat 23. So chances are yours will probably be at least a carat and a quarter, more than likely. For example, I ordered a carat and a half diamond the other day, loose diamond, and I got a carat 59 for what it's worth. So that's just the bare minimum. It's an 8x6, so we're talking about a pretty substantial size in terms of the real estate on this one. Yes? Yes. It's a AAA, so we're in the top 5 to 10 percentile in terms of the rarity, in terms of that color saturation. It doesn't get a lot better. I mean, Quad A would probably be the idealist, the best of the best, but that is, you make a strong argument, and that is definitely top gem quality. Now, it will also come with the certified appraisal and what have you on this one as well. We're doing that with pretty much all of your higher end pieces now. That will come along for the ride as well. So you're going to have that, which I think that gives it about a $200 to $300 extra value. They put this one at about $4,900. That's their conservative estimate. I think that's more than fair here. The cool thing, though, is that you're getting it for $14.99. Now, you've got 15 points of surrounding diamonds, too. Looks like a lot more. That amplifies it quite beautifully, too. And you'll notice you've got a little bit extra because what they did was they took these princess cuts and they sort of flipped them on the side. So you got the diamond look right here. Rounds, rounds, diamond, diamond, north, south, east, and west. So it gives it that very much to me almost like sort of like the North Star or whatever it is that the three wise men were kind of looking for. It's kind of reminiscent of that to me with that really nice princess cut. And that's pretty decent size on the princess cuts that you're getting. Those are going to all be, I believe, your genuine diamonds, right? Earth Mine diamonds?
That is correct.
Excellent. Cool. That's a solid look, folks. So it really is just a matter of preference, but to get that for $1,500 or just under, so that one's going to be about the same price as the one that we showed you prior to the earrings that we showed you. I'll show those two together because I think those are probably going to be people that will be considering. Probably, if you're considering one, you're probably considering the other, and I think those are very similar to one another. In terms of the price, I think they're about spot on, give or take maybe $10, $20, and about the same size in terms of the center stone. Just a slight variation It's really about preference. But that one's going to be shop 13. Oh, yeah. We've only got 4 of that one. So probably the least amount of this one, friends. Let me show it to you on my fingers just to give you an idea of scale. Remember, I've got the big hands. I'm just kind of always like to point that out. But I just want to give you an idea of scale. Okay? So they'll look much better on your hands, ladies, for sure. Just to give you an idea. All right. That was shop 13. It is fantastic. It is limited. Now, shop 14.
Is that a question?
Shop 14 question mark? oh, was that shop 14?
No, that was shop. This current auction is shop 14. This next one is 15.
Okay, so that was shop 14 that we just showed you.
Yep.
And then I'm just not seeing it yet. That's why I was kind of like giving that goofy like.
Right now.
There we go. Okay, very cool. So this one, very reminiscent of, but obviously with an oval and with not quite as large of diamonds, but they're going to be diamonds instead of moissanite. It gives you that kind of jam, that vibe, and it's in 18 karat gold. Now we're talking about high-end luxury. So we are going to get very excellent clarity. The color is going to be sensational. That is going to be considered the quad A. The clarity is quite remarkable on this one too, I must say. That is a crystal clean. As far as emeralds go, it is very, very nice. Now, I'm trying to focus on my big head or something. Cause I'm trying
looks like a shop 9 from earlier.
Was the shop? Which one was shop 9?
The one that you said you wish was in platinum.
Oh yeah. That's what I was just just kind of showed them together like a second ago. Yeah, I agree with us. Now, quad A here. Okay, so yes, indeed. Now we're in super high luxury land. You've got the clarity here. That's an A+. You've got the color. Woo-hoo, quad A. Doesn't get any finer than that in terms of color, saturation, depth, and hue. So that's an A+. The cutting, well, you have quality like that. Excellent cutting is sensational. Not a window to be found in that entire gemstone. So we've got an A+ in my personal opinion there. But let's not take my word for it. I'm sure we've got all of that here. 4A, very slightly included. That's equivalent of VS in the diamond, which would mean excellent. The cut they put as excellent, so they agree with me. $7,000. We don't agree there. $7,000, but that's going to come home. That's what our conservative third-party independents put it at. We have it today at $2,399, and then we're going to take another 25% off of that. You're getting this for $1,799. Holy smoke. How big is that center stone? It's a carat 22. So again, we're talking about the same size as the ones we've previously showed you. They've all been about a carat 20 plus, give or take, about maybe 10 points, but all well over a carat. So we're at the benchmark, yes? Yes. It's quad A. Now that's getting into the very, very finest color saturation. Clarity, all that we just spoke about. 18 points in diamonds. A little bit higher quality probably on the diamonds. We're moving up to SI, which means they're going to be eye clean. All right, they are going to be blinding white. These are colorless on average. So we're going to be D to E, D, E, F, or D to F on average on those very substantial size. And there's 2 of those. They're 18. So there's almost 10 points apiece on each of those trillion cuts. So can we get that up behind us? After the code live 25, $17.99 is your price. You have a $359 budget pay. This is for that person that wants the absolute finest. I don't know if I wear it every day. I probably would. Yeah, I probably would. It's an 18 karat though, so just be a little bit more mindful. You want to be gentler with it. You're going to have more of that buttery, rich gold color because you're getting 75% solid gold. You put the best in the best, 18 karat or platinum, and that is absolutely the best of the best when it comes. You can get bigger, you can get smaller, but you won't get much finer when it comes to center stones. That is absolutely gorgeous. And friends, the fact you can get it for close to $1,500, quite nice. The fact you can get it for $359, get it home, double check it, make sure you love it. If you do, call back in. We'll do the free ring sizing if you can't get it in your size right now. Here's the problem. We have 5 of these to go around. When they are gone, now we can do them in any size you want, up or down within 2, but so probably can get that in your size. So that it's going to be misleading when you see on the website that there's all these different sizes and half sizes available. That's because we'll do the half sizes, right? Because we'll do the sizing. But get it home. Make sure you love it. I'm sure you will. Make sure, because I can tell you something all day. but you won't know until you get it home 100%. So take your time. Just don't take too much. You have 30 days. You'll know as soon as you take it out of the box that this is probably the best looking emerald that you've ever owned, or at least equivalent of something you probably spent $10,000 or $8,000 for. You don't spend that here, and you get the quality. Oh, yes, indeed. That is strong. Hello, Jay Kishan.
Yes.
Well, hello back to you. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you being out there. Good time for me to do a shameless plug. If you guys would like us, share us. Be sure not to keep us a well-hidden secret on your various social media platforms. That goes a long way towards us continuing to be able to do these amazing deals, folks. That's $5,000 to $10,000 a carat material, well over the benchmark size. That's a great get right there. Quad A, so beautiful. Hello again. All right, now we're gonna move. Again, that one they had at 7,000 and some change, I think, for the appraisal. That's gonna be coming home. So you'll definitely be getting a copy of that, which is about another $300 value. Not too shabby. You can go out and get your ring insured and what have you. Now, this next piece. This is like, it's princess time, right? This is so gorgeous. You got this really nice sort of waterfall style design. This is classic, right? This is something that you see, that you wear to that very, very formal event. But more and more, we're seeing people wear these just like a jeans. Or like, you don't have to be super dressed up, but it definitely is going to be that beautiful dressed up look. Loaded down with about 5 carats. That's going to be your emeralds plus your moissanite. We're talking about pretty big emeralds here, right? Loving the moissanite. Again, moissanite is a lab-created gemstone. It's not inexpensive to lab-create. It does give you more fire, more brilliance, more sparkle, typically, than that of your most expensive earth mined or lab-grown diamonds, quite frankly. Now, you're going to get rainbow dispersion nearly every time, too, so you get a lot of bang, a lot of firepower. And about a 9 1/4 on the Mohs hardness scale doesn't hurt. So in other words, you get something that's almost as durable as a diamond. Steve Cardone, in his great book, Moissanite, the space diamond, call it the space diamond that fell to Earth. Quite true. Silicon carbide, not just carbon. But back to this. Now, folks, what are we talking about here? A lot of carat weight on the emeralds. We're talking 65? That can't be. Okay, 65, and that's probably just in your center stone there. So in that beautiful pear shape, right? Then it's going to be amplified by that halo of double halo, of moissanite down there at the bottom. Nice little touchstone right there. Love that. And then you've got another 2 carat and 39 in all 12. Now these go up pretty high on the neckline. After that, you've got some nice textured, probably going to be sterling silver bathed in very expensive rhodium. The whole necklace, and those go all the way around. So what you've got is this nice sort of mill grain work, which gives you the look of pave diamonds, combined with that sort of nice infinity style. So you got sort of an X's and O's type style design, which goes all the way around. So I like that. I like that they kept this sort of thick going all the way around, so it keeps up the integrity and the continuity of that really beautiful piece. And isn't that beautiful? Is this the new me? I don't know. It might be, but ladies, it's probably not for me, but it's definitely going to look gorgeous on you, ladies. Absolutely beautiful with genuine emeralds too. That's the amazing thing about it. We're doing this for what? $399. This is ridiculous. This looks like $10,000.
It does look like $10,000.
It absolutely looks like $10,000. It's not $399 either, because after the code Live 25, you get it for $299.
I mean,
how many of these do we have? This is
number of moissanite.
Oh my goodness, we got about a dozen of these to go around. This is a great get. This looks like $10,000 all day, every day. If it's in platinum, it probably would be. Full disclosure. Anywhere else, probably here, we'd probably get it down to like maybe $3,000 or something. If this is in platinum, you get that look. But those are genuine emeralds. This is wild. $59 gets it home. Ladies, you got to get this. $59 on budget pay. Get this home. If you're not in love with it, send it back. But you got to get it home. Because we've only got about 12 or so of these to go around. That's remarkable. Look, that center stone alone worth the price of admission. If you just get it for that. And look, if you could you could clip that off. You clip that off and make it into a ring. And it's a good size ring. Let me just show you with my pinky here. Remember, I got fat hands, big hands. That would make a good looking kind of solitaire with a little double halo. So, I mean, that for $299 is a score. You get the whole kit and the caboodle. That's impressive. All right, folks, there's not many. I think that one will probably sell out just by virtue of it looking like a $10,000 piece. the fact that we have it marked down, I think somebody messed up on that. Take advantage of it. $59 for that. Woohoo! Genuine emeralds, folks. I think we've lost our minds.
I was amazed at the number of moissanite on there.
Yeah, can you imagine just to set every single one of those gemstones? The labor alone, whew. Yeah, that's it. That's like below a clearance price. So that one, my friends, was Shop 14. Okay, Shop 14. You need to grab that AS and AP if you love it. If you don't, why not? It's so beautiful. That's a good looking piece, and it's going to make you look like a princess or a queen. Quite frankly, I think that's that power piece too. It like commands attention. It's lovely. It's classical. It will never go out of style. It'll be a piece you can pass down. I think that's like that kind of. It's got that heirloom feel to it, and it looks like something that grandmother would have paid a fortune for. Something you see at one of those nice estate auctions, but it's still super expensive, even though it's an estate auction. Right? I've sold a lot of estate jewelry. That classic design. It's always going to be in vogue. That's a really strong piece. Love that. And $3.99, $2.99 is ridiculous. Okay, now onward and forward to Shop 6. So that was Shop 15 then.
That was Shop 16.
That was Shop 16. That was.
Correct.
I started losing count. Once we get past like 10, forget about it. So that was Shop 16. Forgive me. Shop 16 on the princess style necklace. Now, if ever there are any questions, you can call the personal shopper. We're going to get a live human being on the line. It's not all scatterbrained like I am. 888-835-2237. It behooves you to screenshot that, to save it in your phone. And, look, chances are, with the limited amount of these pieces that we have tonight, we're going to be sold out of several of these, if not all of them. Okay? When that happens, all hope is not necessarily lost, because you can call this number right here. Okay? And you can say, hey, what about Shop ba-ba-ba? It says sold out on the website. Are there any available? They have access to information that's maybe the website might not be updated until whoever gets to work tomorrow and is able to update stuff. So a lot of times they can sort of be your link and help you find those potentially sold out items or potentially not sold out. Or they may say, hey, look, so-and-so says they might return theirs. They want to sit on it for another couple days, so they can kind of let you know and give you a heads up. So definitely want to save that number. All right, so we are going to move on to another classic style design. Now, when I say classic, I mean to say these are items that no matter what, it could be 1970, it could be 1930, it could be 2050. They're never going to go out of style because that's always going to be an in vogue look. You've got the classic double halo. That is a top gem quality quad A K-gem emerald. It's a 79 pointer. Okay. It looks like a full carat. Again, you get a lot of bang for your buck with an oval. In terms of the real estate, that's a 7x5. But why, Kristen? Why does that look so big? Why does that look almost bigger than some of the other ones that we've seen? Because you've got the double halo of high-end quality diamonds. So you're going to have SI on average colorless diamonds there too. But you notice the color saturation. That again is going to be the quad A. So we're right up there with and this is Ileana. And okay, so it is Ileana. Yeah, quad A. So you put the best in the best once again. Now that said, that double amplified halo does just make that center stone scream, and it does tend to make it look a little larger with all that sparkle, all that brilliance that you get from the diamonds. Do you want the double halo? This will make a beautiful engagement ring. Our third-party independents put it at 63, or no, excuse me. Getting old's a bummer. 5,300. 5,300. This is man. 5,300. See, I told him I could see fine. It's hard to see fine. Okay, 5,300. I think that's way too low. Fair enough, though. Well, see, again, we're not quite at the benchmark. However, you're getting that look. So, this one we're doing, after you use the code LIVE25, this one's going to be Shop 17. Mm-hmm. That looks that looks big even on my hand. Nice size center stone, though. We're doing it for $14.99. You're going to have a $299 budget pay. What does that mean? Well, it means $299 gets this home. If you're not in love with it, you send it back. If you are in love with it, you can get it sized to your liking. If it's not already at your size, we didn't have one of those available. How many do we have available?
We are looking at 9.
We've got 9.
Mm-hmm.
Also, no in German, but yes.
Yep.
What's yes in German?
I'm curious as well too.
Oh, we find that out.
Ja.
Ja?
Ja.
Ja. Yeah. That's more like a yeah, not a 9. But there are 9 of them available to go around. It's fantastic. It's not going to break the bank. $2.99 means you're going to get this home for $2.99. You're going to have $10 a day. Can you afford $10 a day for the remaining 4 months after the initial $300 investment? If you can, you're going to have a top gem, world-class gemstone, and a classic, I think, absolutely heirloom quality piece, which is going to go great, I think, with those pair of earrings. Again, those dangles that we showed you earlier, I think they go great with any of these last several rings that we've showed you. And those are top gem quality as well. So that one's going to be 17. Now, I'm going to speed it up because we're down to the final 13 minutes. I want to make sure I get to everything. And I want to also just give a shameless plug for my show, which I'll be going back to on the TV side of things directly after this. So at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to end here about 10 Central Time. At 11 p.m., so an hour after that, we're going to go to a little planning meeting and whatnot. I'll be back on with the lovely Angie on the TV side of things. If you guys don't have the TV side of things, you can always go to shoplc.com or you can download the app for free. Sound good? Good. Hope you check it out. I'll be on from 11 to 2 there. She's going to have to do some of the heavy lifting talking since I've been going straight. But are we having a good time? Answer, yes. Right?
We're in Emerald City.
Hey.
Yes, we are. Yeah. John's over there like, no, just kidding. All right, he's having the time of his life. He's never looked more thrilled and energized.
Great, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is strong. The force is definitely strong.
This is in my top 3.
This is bad.
This is
In a good way, like the Michael Jackson version. Yeah, watch out. Okay, yeah, dude, you may have just found the answer to this is the counterpart to the other best.
right.
Yeah. That's quad A. But I think that's a quad, So, take a look at this, folks. Yeah, this is strong, Juan. You're talking about a full carat right there on your center stone. That is top gem, world class. Make no mistake about it. This is a delivery system. And I think this is way too low. Even with the delivery system. Look, it's this precious metal. It's vermeil. What is vermeil? Very quickly. It's 2.5 microns minimum of gold on top of sterling silver. So it's all precious metal, right? Sterling silver is not as expensive as gold, but you get the look of gold, so you get the expensive look. This has got genuine diamonds, though. Natural champagnes, natural whites. I'm liking that they broke up the monotony of the green with the white diamond halo. Boom. Amplifies it, but then tapered it with that nice other picture frame halo of genuine champagne diamonds. How cool of a design is that? So you get the classic meets a little modern variation twist on it with the inclusion of those Argyle Mine champagne diamonds, which is of course a mine that's been shut down since November 3rd of 2020. And that's a killer. This is the first time I've seen this one. Where have you been all my life? It's strong. An emerald cut in an emerald. This price is going to make 0 cents. We're doing this for $349.
Crazy.
After the code, and it's a full carat minimum. So your benchmark size, right? Full carat, top gem quality. It's not a lab created, right?
Nope.
No, this is a genuine earth mine gem. With champagne, with diamonds, 15 points and 10 points respectively. So 25 points of diamonds, and you're getting it for $262. You have a $52 budget pay. How many do we have?
We are looking at 14 available.
Those are going to sell out. I might get a couple. I think that and that and this. Look, if you want top gem quality, but you're not wanting to spend, and maybe you're just not ready, maybe you can't spend on the gold yet, folks, those are the two, I think, the routes to go. That's unbelievable. Look at that quality. Look at the saturation of color. That is deep, rich saturation. The cutting is sensational. Look, you see the life in that stone. You got the nice sort of stepped up cutting, very Asher Cutty in that respect. You don't have a window or at least if much that I can see of one. And answer, no, I'm not seeing that. So you've got excellent cutting. The color is top notch. I give that an A plus. Clarity is sensational. Remember, this is a Type 3 gemstone. For Type 3 gemstone to be able to see those embers. But the deep, rich color is fantastic. Holy smoke. Color cut, carat weight, clarity. You're getting that for the center stone, but I got to tell you, that's a good looking mounting too. Take advantage of it, folks. $52 gets it home. That's less than $2 a day for the remaining 3 months. Fire. Fuego. That's a full carat center stone. Real deal. That's not earth mine, or that is earth mine. That is not lab created. That's less than the price that you pay for a lab created, all things being equal. Unbelievable. Yes, there's 14 of them. They're going to sell out. Because one of them already sold. I know that for a fact. Now, this is the last one.
Last but not least.
How's that for timing? Good. I like to have a little bit of time left over at the end. I can do a little highlights and whatnot, and that way we're not rushing. Okay. Whew. This, though, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the piece de resistance? That is it. Okay, the piece de resistance. This is what I call my last piece, which is usually I reserve the best for last. And that is a solid, big, it's probably one of the largest emeralds that we have in our entire inventory, minus the Chairman's Vault collection, right? So this is going to have that Chairman's Vault look. But it's not going to have the Chairman's Vault price. Holy smoke. Okay. Can we talk for a second about platinum? This one's going to be in platinum. What do I like about platinum? Well, I already said previously that I like gold, right? I like the contrast, but you put the best in the best. Platinum, of course, is coming back with a vengeance. It's 30 times more rare than gold. You put the best in the best. You know, when your record goes gold, it's killer, right? Yeah, we scored. When it goes platinum, now you're at the top of the mountain, right? Very few go platinum anymore. They don't sell records anymore, or albums for that matter. But I digress. This is very, very fine. That's the reason why you see all of those old Art Deco pieces so finely preserved, a lot of them, right? That we stand the test of time. Why? Because that's when platinum really started coming to its own. It's so strong, it requires extreme high temperatures, over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's really only a couple there's only a certain percentage of metallurgists that are even qualified to work with platinum. It's a very dense gemstone. In other words, the atoms and molecules are packed so tight that you feel that density. Whenever you wear a piece of platinum, whether it be a bracelet, a chain, you feel that sort of that heaviness. It's very weighty. So I like that too. And it's hypoallergenic, much like silver, but you don't have to worry about it oxidizing, corroding. You don't none of that. You don't have to polish as much. Just a little damp cloth and forget it. Now, let's talk about the gemstone. That is a carat 67, ladies and gentlemen. That is the largest emerald that we have today. And we brought you a wide assortment of a lot of top gem quality emeralds. This is the big boy. It looks like 2 carats plus. It's an 8x6. It's quad A, of course. Look at the color saturation. Look at the clarity. The color, the cut, the clarity, and the carat weight. That's what you want. Just like diamonds, you want the 4 C's. This has all 4 C's. Like with a super karate kick, right? I know that wasn't super karate kick, but
there's something.
Yeah. Hey. Leave something to be desired. I know. All right. I did a lot of karate kicking this morning, you see, so it's not my best work. Folks, if you can afford it, you're not going to pay $10,000 a carat. That is $10,000 a carat material all day, every day. Look at that quality. Look at the clarity. Type 3 gemstone. Now, look at the diamonds. Yes, and those will be VS minimum. We're talking E to F. We are a colorless, the best of the best. VS, you will see absolutely nothing. Baguettes, dangerous business when we're talking about diamonds, not with VS, because you're getting a crystal clean, eye clean. Ditto that with SI, quite frankly, but VS, now we're talking super, super clean. You've got beautiful rounds at the north and south, giving a nice little encapsulation of ice. A very icy mounting. It's the dream piece. And folks, it's not going to be $12,000 or $14,000. We're doing it today. After you use that code LIVE25, it should be around $41.99. That's a dream price. If you went to any brick and mortar place, you're lucky. I'm going to be honest. You might be able to get this for maybe $8,000. You wouldn't get it for $41.99 unless your brother or somebody owned the place, or you got sticky hands. Folks, we're getting this down with the code LIVE25 to nearly $3,000, $3,149. You have a $629 budget pay opportunity. That is a lot of gram weight in terms of just the platinum. And can I say, platinum has been on, the rocket ship that gold was on? Platinum went up almost 50%, 49 point something. I nerded out the other night with AI, and I did a deep dive on all the precious metals. Platinum quietly has gone up nearly 49% over the past year. What does that mean for you? It means this mounting we cannot do. This was a deal put in motion a long time coming, okay? A long time coming. Now, and I know we're almost out of time, but piece de resistance, it deserves the time. This one we have 4 of. Do not be fooled by the amount of 5s and 5.5s. We'll do whatever sizing you need on it, okay? Get it home. You're going to fall in love. I'm confident in that. If not, no worries. You have 30 days to make up your mind. As soon as you get it home, you'll know as soon as you take this out of the box if it's for you. You'll say, yep, that Chris, he was right. He was 100% right. That's the best looking. And it will be. It may not be larger. It may not be small. It may be smaller. It may be larger than your current existing emeralds if you have the best in the world. But you will not find finer emeralds, except for my fingerprint. Sorry about that. Free of charge. There's only 4. Okay. It is the best of the best. It is top gem, world class. Those diamonds are breathtaking. It is in platinum. Of course, you put the best in. The best is for somebody who wants the best. You're getting it for about $3,000. You're getting it for less than $1,000. $629 will get this home. Is it a considered purchase? Yeah, it would be for me. Maybe not for you. But if it's not, and you owe it, and you love it, you owe it to yourself to get this home. Make up your mind. You have 30 days. No rush. We put this at $11,500 very conservatively. That's going to be coming along for the ride, though. Independent third party. Super conservative, in my opinion. But I think that's so far a cry from $3,000, though, isn't it? Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. That's some equity, some serious equity, and that is absolutely the best of the best. And it shows like a 4 carat for some reason. I think it's because of those amplified diamonds. Folks, I've got to say goodnight to you, but I want you to come over with me if you would, because I don't have any more live streams today, do you?
No.
You don't do them to midnight and everything?
We're done for the day.
That'll be coming later on this year. We're going to start doing midnight live streams. Not it. But this is fun. This has been a blast to be with you guys. I really appreciate it. A lot of you, I know I didn't get to everybody's comments and stuff. I'm usually terrible about that. I just wanted to make sure I got to everything. But I really appreciate all of you being out there watching. And it's been just a pleasure to be here. I want to thank John. I want to thank Elias, my old buddy, old pal, doing a great job. Remember, all of these items, and I got to tell you, there's been some of the best when it comes to emeralds. They're very limited. Okay, you have 24 hours. Godspeed. I hope you guys take advantage of these deals. We'll lock in the prices for 48 hours. Okay, did I say 24? I meant 48 hours from today. As I speak right now, it is 7:24 at 10 p.m. So if it's 7:26, you're out of time, and chances are most of these are sold out. So take advantage of it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Please come over to the TV side of things with me in 1 hour from now at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Cheers. Good times. That last piece was money, dude. What is the prettiest emerald ever?
Crazy, right?
Where'd it go? Where did it go? It disappeared already. Where did I say? Okay, here it is. Dude, these are the biggest baguettes, too. That is luxury, man.